So we do have some Switch 2 news.
I was going to say, when in doubt, and we don't have that much to talk about. Switch 2 news.
I mean, we could always bring back Blue Box.
You want to talk about Blue Box?
I mean, at this point, we've talked about Switch 2 rumors more than you guys ever talked about Blue Box.
I mean, that's fair.
I will never forget. I don't know which one of you said it, where it's just like the gaming experience of abandoned is being abandoned.
Oh, that was me.
I thought
that was very much
you.
me.
That's amazing. Shout out to Abandoned for anyone who forgot that was a thing. Shout out to Blue Box Game Studios. What a shit show, dude.
May you never rest in peace.
I know. But no, John is right. We're going to old trusty Switch 2 news. So just on a casual Tuesday at 3 a.m. our time, Nintendo decided to drop some news, which, it's daytime for them, so it's fine. It's physical report. Switch passed 141 million units. Shout out to that. Software sales are good. They released some updated numbers for, like the top 10 games, as well as like some other titles that's come out. So like Mario RPG crossed 3 mil. Shout out to that. Happy about that one. I expect Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door Remake this month to probably cross about the same thing, about 3 mil. Shockingly, Princess Peach crossed the mil. That game's garbage, but all right, kudos. There was a couple other things that crossed the mil here recently too, but I was happy to see Mario RPG. But anyway, they did say that they will be announcing information on the next Nintendo Switch in phases. The next, I guess more so the full reveal will be coming this fall. Did clarify there will be no release in this fiscal year, so it will not come out before April. April would be the absolute earliest. I think, no, would it be April or May? When does their fiscal year end? When does gaming?
I mean, it's a month apart.
Yeah, it is. It's April or May.
It's the same time period.
Yeah, same time range. They will continue to release physical games though, so that's cool.
This is the thing is, it's like, why did you feel the need to out of the blue just be like, hey, by the way, our direct that's coming up, it's not going to be about the Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
but still,
Because they're just like, we want to focus on what we have for our next direct. So let's just make sure no one has high expectations for Switch 2 by just telling them there's nothing to do with Switch 2.
yeah, but every time they've done a direct for like the last 2 years, everybody's got the fun of making a video going, are they going to announce the Switch 2 now?
Well, now they can't.
But it's like, we're still making a video on it.
I mean, or this is
No, we're not.
or this is all just a Switch and bait, and they're just like, there's no Switch 2. But surprise, there's a Switch 2.
No, it's going to be, hey, we're not going to show you the Switch 2 at this, but here's the new Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
That's what I've been saying for years at this point.
Yep.
But no, they're not going to say anything about it this one because they're going to show us what it is at the end of the year, like I said they were.
Yes.
They're just going to give us Labo too.
Probably. I mean, based on some of the manufacturer leaks, looks like we can get a lot of different stuff, like how apparently the console and the Joy-Cons may have a built-in mic. I'm feeling a return to Nintendogs, boys. I'm feeling a return to Nintendogs.
I've said it plenty. I've said it with every new controller that comes out, with like the PS5 controller and all that. I don't need these damn speakers or microphones in the damn controller that are used
to scare the shit out of me.
That are used in 1 in every 100 games, where you start playing it and then sounds just randomly. There is one good use of it, and it was Ghost of Tsushima with the wind and the sound effects and everything.
Yes.
That's the one good.
That's the only game that's used it to its full capability.
Actually, I would argue another game with how the approach was, and it is Xenoverse 2, because anytime you're going and you're into the past, shut up, John. Anytime you go into the past, and
Xenoverse 2 breaking boundaries on the PS5.
Yes. Anytime you go to the past to fix a time paradox,
is it on PS5?
Yes,
it's on everything.
Yeah, it's on everything.
Why did it take the Skyrim and GTA path?
We'll never get to Xenoverse 3.
It's still releasing DLC.
I know.
Yes, it is.
And
But-
people are still buying it. That's why.
God
Yes.
dang it.
But like whenever like the Supreme Kai Tom like talks to you or whatever, it's coming through the controller as if it's like through a headset, whatever. So that's actually pretty cool. Just the communication aspect of it. So that's another example where it's pretty cool. But Ghost of Tsushima is still the best.
But yeah.
That one's still the best.
But yeah, it's like I don't need these speakers. I don't need these microphones. I don't need none of this.
But
in the
you gotta
damn,
be able to play Nintendogs.
Alex.
even the children aren't gonna play Nintendo.
I'm gonna play Nintendogs.
You're gonna buy it, put it in for 30 seconds, and go, where did I go wrong?
You're going to be one of the 100 people who will buy that.
That's gonna be a 1 million copy seller easy. 2 million. I'd even argue 5 million.
I would go and buy me a Tomodachi again before I would play Nintendogs.
I will bet you that it will cross at least 2 mil in the first year. 2 mil first year if they make a new Nintendogs. I'm feeling it. Telling you right now. But either way,
He's putting Nintendogs up there against like Super Mario RPG.
You didn't see his TikTok where he made Nintendogs a 1010.
10 Nintendogs is a 10-10. What are you talking about? Also, shout out to that dead series. I fell off that one bad. My bad. But anyway, so some other stuff in terms of like leaks for manufacturing in handheld mode. In terms of its power, it's going to be
Wait a
right
second.
above the PS4.
Are people supposed to take us seriously when we say 7 out of 10 game is fine if you're putting Nintendogs at 10-10?
Nintendogs is a 10 out of 10
It's
game.
a good thing it's a dead series. It'll be buried in a year.
That's true. Especially once we start getting some more stuff on there. Like, no one will ever know. No one will ever scroll
I don't
that far
know.
now.
In this episode, we'll know.
No one will scroll that far now. It's fine. What, John?
He's going to have
Just
our score list, and just at the top, he's going to just have Nintendogs at 10.
We're going to have our own little boards that show our rating systems. And for his, it's like we're just going to have to say, just take it with a grain of salt or something.
Wow.
His 10 is going to be Mass Effect Nintendogs.
I got some other stuff in there that's a 10 out of 10. Come on now. I gave Sneak King a 10 out of 10. Remember that?
You did, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, John, we're going to need to give him a separate board.
Yeah, he needs his own board.
But I clarified that it was actually like a 3 out of 10.
You can have Brady's drawing board for yours.
Tyler's drawing board.
Or was it Tyler's?
Yeah,
My
it's
bad.
Tyler's drawing board. Yeah, I'll take down one of my jerseys and I'll hang it up behind me. I'll get a board for all of us.
I was just laughing at that. It's like, yeah, we didn't watch their show.
That was a good episode, boys. Let me tell you.
I told him, I was like, because he said something about your draft episode. I went, yeah. I was like, it's like playing a game or watching a show or something, and I went to go to bed, and I clicked over, and I went, man, they really are still going, huh?
We were making it through the whole first round, baby. Every year. Shout out to ATFS. But anyway, so yeah, in terms of power, handheld will be right above PS4 before DLSS kicks into play, and docked is going to be kind of between PS4 and Xbox Series S before DLS as well as more modern hardware. So whenever they say it's like going to be, between PS4 and Xbox Series, it is still modern hardware, current hardware, whatever. It will be having 4K though, so don't worry about that for anyone curious about it. But 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, built-in magnetic Joy-Cons, codename Muji. So, cool. I mean, we finally got some sort of acknowledgement from, like, official acknowledgement from Nintendo. Now it's just waiting for that actual reveal, and then just kind of, since it's going to be confirmed to be 100% backwards compatible, that's kind of confirmed and everything. I think that is actually legitimately confirmed, not even just like manufacturer based. I think Nintendo actually did confirm you will be able to play current Switch games and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like the 3DS and the new 3DS.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I imagine.
I'm hammering this new Nintendo Switch thing home.
You are. I thought you said DS to 3DS. Then it took me. And when he started laughing, I'm like, wait, he said 3DS to new 3DS, not DS.
Well, that's
to
what
3DS.
they did because the new 3DS
Yeah.
could play 3DS games, but
The new 3DS.
But then
can
you
only
had
play
to buy
new
the
3DS.
New
game.
3DS.
It was the most confusing thing trying to buy a game for it.
Yeah.
So with this being the approach, like honestly, I'll be real with you boys. I think the Switch 2, whatever it's gonna be called, the new Nintendo Switch, like I think it legitimately has the potential to have one of the strongest opening like launches and lineups in like gaming history. Because like you're gonna have some new games come out for it. Like I'm going to bet money Mario will launch with it, a new Mario game.
I mean, it needs it.
I think Prime 4 is in that window to be a launch title as well. It's not going to be a mover like Mario, but honestly, you get like some of these new titles coming out, you know, it's already based on all reports and every, you know, acknowledgement in the world. All these third parties are on it from the jump. You know what I mean? They're not going to come later. So like imagine a launch that's going to have a new Mario, maybe Prime Force, maybe some other smaller Nintendo titles and stuff, you know, maybe some solid, you know, Square games, Capcom, Sega, whatever launching, but then also you launching like
Metal Gear Collection
that's not ass on it. Launching like upgrades, like patches for stuff like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, where it's actually fucking playable. You know, stuff like that, and just like your backlog that people love and still play, enhanced versions of it. You know, maybe even an enhanced version of Smash, you know, Smash Ultimate, because, you know, Sakurai has now stepped away from his YouTube channel to go back into game development, whatever that is. So it's like that, you know, you could legitimately have like one of the strongest opening lineups for a game console ever. Because it's like, I know it's just like, you know, all of us can agree, myself included, even though I'm the one pitching this, I want to play the new shit. All right, I want to play the new Mario, I want to play the Prime 4, but there's going to be hundreds of thousands of gamers, maybe even millions, that's going to be like, oh yeah, let me fucking turn on Tears of the Kingdom right now, or Breath of the Wild, or whatever, you know what I mean, to go see whatever the new, you know, enhancements are, how great it looks, it runs, you know, there's going to be plenty of gamers that's going to go do that as well. So like, it really could be an incredible
Here's
launch.
the thing that you're forgetting about. It's Nintendo.
I know.
It is Nintendo. Also, you're...
I just tried to drink my water.
I watched you go for it. Stop, go for it again.
I'm sorry, Alex. When you were saying people would go see how the Zelda games or whatever look on the new, all I could think of was one of Cyberpunk's first updates, and just the reaction
Yes.
people went, Pan Am sends lewds? I gotta go back to Cyberpunk.
Facts. All right, let me re-download the game.
But one thing I was gonna say is like you talking about, oh, maybe they'll release a patch for like these old games. No, they're not. You know what they're gonna do? The new Switch is gonna come out, and it's gonna release with it's gonna be like a Wii U to Switch thing where half the games come out on Wii U and Switch, but then at the same time before the launch, you're gonna be able to buy Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, all of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
right.
Ultra Edition
yep.
for the new Nintendo Switch.
Yep. Boost themselves.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yep.
Because they're like, people are gonna want to play these, even if it's backwards compatible. If you offer it on the new system, they don't have to change anything.
They can just buy it again.
They're gonna buy it again.
They don't have to change anything. Nintendo can come out and go, we didn't make any changes. There's no enhancements. We're just releasing the game in case you want to buy it on this console. And people will buy it again.
And this is right, because this has been their strategy and plan for generations now.
Nintendo has conditioned their like consumers to buy their games multiple times.
Again and again and again.
Yep.
Ever since the NES.
They're good. They're good. They're good about it, man. So, I mean, I do think it could have an unbelievable launch lineup, though, especially with the third-party supports. That's pretty exciting.
Decent Mario sports game.
Please, God.
I think as long as it's backwards compatible, it will have the ability to have one of the best libraries of games starting out with. Personally, I think it's going to have a fairly weak opening year.
Really? Okay.
Because you're going to have your Mario. It's like you might have Prime 4, but Prime 4 I believe is going to be a transitional game like with the Wii U and Switch and that. So it's going to have to be able to run on the Switch, which is going to hamper it on the new Switch to an extent. So I feel like that is going to be the opening series of games where they have to make them to still work on the Switch. So, and they're not going to be like a Tears of the Kingdom that got 7 years of development to be able to pull every fucking little bit out of the Switch that shouldn't be capable of doing.
Facts.
I still just picture that dev team sitting with the dev version of the Switch out on a table going, how the hell does this work?
Yeah, true. The one thing that I saw a joke about involving that exact topic I thought was hilarious was everyone just immediately like seeing the 12 gigabytes of RAM and just immediately looking at Monolith Soft. It's just like, dude, just imagine what they can do because they made Xenoblade Chronicles X with 1 gigabyte of RAM on the Wii U. Like, imagine what they're going to be able to do with 12 gigabytes of RAM on the Switch too. Because apparently, per like all the leaks and the manufacturing stuff, it's going to be roughly about 11 gigs usable. Only 1 gig for the OS. So it's like 11 gigs usable for a game to kind of push the limits. It's like Monolith Soft is going to be able to really push them limits. 1 gigabyte on the Wii U. That's wild to look back on.
Somehow, we're still gonna get a laggy piece of shit Pokemon game.
100%. 100%. Which is so unfortunate.
And this is why my Pokemon game was just a road trip.
God, I hate you. You couldn't even go everywhere.
I could.
No.
On land.
No.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't want to go in the water.
You really don't. It's bad. It's brutal. Any hopes, wants out of this random direct coming out in June? Anything you'd like to see? I know immediately people are just
Gabe
like,
Newell blessing it with a Steam Deck.
calm down. I would like to have that happen during one of these shows that we're watching. That'd be great. Because don't they always do that every like major show, like Game Awards and stuff like that, where it's like you can log in and have the chance to win a Steam Deck?
Yeah.
Hopefully that'd be pretty sick. But I saw a lot of people saying it's like this is the last chance to get Twilight Princess Wind Waker. I'm like, that ship sailed. I'm done hoping for that one. That one.
Transitional title. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a lot of transitional titles.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the new Switch comes out 6 months later. All the last ditch games are gonna be launch titles for it, but they're gonna come out on the Switch first.
Yep. I am kind of curious to see what the rest of this year is gonna hold.
I will say at this point with Nintendo, I don't have a fucking clue what they're doing.
I mean, we're beyond the point of needing a new console, so it's just like they really are just fucking flying with it. Like, whatever.
At this point, it's like Nintendo's got a direct come out. I'm like,
who knows?
let's see what you got.
Honestly, like because there's like so little expectations, it actually makes it kind of fun going into it. Because it's like we have no idea what's going on. We know it's like the new console's coming out. We have no rumors or speculation of what is in development or coming out. It really is just like, let's see what's going on. Like, let's have some fun. Who knows what might be in here? Might get a special treat.
You gonna read an article about that one, or just wait for him to put the contents in the script?
Okay, so now you go into the article. You're just gonna wait for the script. Got it.
Remember, I care the least about Nintendo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I like Nintendo. I don't care for the most part. I'm like, just give me something fun.
Hey, at least they're the one company right now that's not a complete shit show. Like, kudos to them on that. Kudos to them on that.
Sega's doing okay, man.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like console developer, companies.
I mean, Atari is somewhere.
Leave Atari out of this.